Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode, last episode of the year for Kind of Hot, Kind of Healthy. What the hell? Where did that year go? We,
Um,
yeah,
this
what?
is we have December 31st.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Wait, that's so crazy bananas. Anyway,
Uh,
almost the end of the year. Sentiment still reigns true. How did we get here? We put out a Spotify Wrapped on our Instagram of like all of our guests. So if you're a new listener here and you are maybe you came from a guest episode, you saw one of our This Week in Pops on Instagram or TikTok, and you're like, I need to watch these bitches. These are my people. Go over to our Instagram and our TikTok, and the Spotify wrap with all of our guests is a post over there. You'll be able to find it. It's quite easy. It's an iconic graphic. And check out our other guests because we have had in 2025 some killer guests. And from the beginning of our podcast, like we always wanted to have other people, mostly women. We had like two men kind of slide in there, but women to empower us, to empower our audience to kind of like scratch that itch in your brain and learn something new. And I think we have had incredible guests. Like the variety, the range,
oh yeah. And I like
incredible.
honestly, you guys know this. We talk more than just health. So I
Yeah.
love having like every kind of guest under the sun bringing different things, different like inspired delusions, which we love those girls talking about manifestation. We had Phil just recently for the tarot card reading. I mean, we cover health, just women that are doing really cool things. And I think that range is also fun because like we really did not want this podcast to be like boring, read a new medical
Right. Let me get my
research. Like no,
notebook out. Let me read from the
yeah,
book.
yeah, no.
No.
And we want to bring fun and lightheartedness and just like different conversations on. We're very selective about the men that we have on. But we really
And the
love to
only we
have
had a friend on, Maddie Durkin, Mateo Durkin, whatever side of the coin you fall on. And so if you are a guy and you make it on here, we only go through referrals because then he referred us to Phil. And
Mhm.
so this is referral based. But we had a fucking lawyer, model, activist on our show.
Yes.
Okay, pop off.
Uh-huh. I know that was so fun. We have to have her on again. So many people have to have
Heather,
her on
yes.
again.
You guys,
Um,
the
she
Spotify
was
Wrapped post, you need to like that is your deep dive to find your
yes.
person.
Yeah. So if you're like you need to talk to X, Y, and Z, comment on this wherever you're watching it, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, and comment their name like a million times so they see
Yes.
us and we're more likely to be able to bring them on.
Yeah, tag them, drop it in the YouTube if you want to put their info in the anonymous question box sheet at the end. Just like go to the show notes, you'll see it. But yeah, tag them on socials. Like get them obsessed with coming on our show too. And we have a couple of guests like going into the new year. Not a couple. We have a lengthy list of people that we want on our show. And we just want to continue to like bring women on, bring people on that just like fucking inspire you and empower you and open your mind and make you laugh. Like this is the essence of the show that we do here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a community. That's
Yeah.
what we really want, the
Yes.
community. Real quick. I really love how my hair is looking right now, but I'm still like we need a community effort here.
Okay.
Do we go for the French bob or do we keep the length we're at? Because I'm kind of like,
I
what?
could see it. I'm like trying to cut
Oh,
off a little bit of your hair. So where does it fall? Like
I
it's
don't. Okay, I've seen two things, a French bob and an Italian bob. And I was like, ooh. So it's
European.
ooh, which I am. I like the Italian bob. It's more layered and texturized. So like it just gives
Okay.
more like fun. But then I also saw Nara Smith, if you know who she is. She posted like last November, she got a French bob and it got cut way too we will insert a clip.
Oh, it was
Oh,
like so crazy. I
So
remember
bad.
seeing that.
It was, and then people were commenting on her post that she made, and they're like, Nara, we forgot. Like we all forgot how bad it was. It was so bad.
But you know
And
what?
I'm
That's
like,
such bullshit because she's so beautiful that no one cared about her hair. Like even though it was like not maybe the most attractive haircut, no one was
yeah,
looking at the hair. You know what I mean? The face card is it's
yeah,
there.
right, right. But it was still pretty rough. I would be like a little like I've had, butchered haircuts, and then you're just like walking around for like a month or so while it's growing out, hating your life, been there, done that. But yeah, do we think we can pull it off? I'll put some pictures of the French bob,
You
Italian
can
bob.
you can pull off any short haircut, I think. Like looking back, at when we first started, your hair was so long. It just does not really seem like your energy. You do seem like more of like a long bob or a bob type of person. And I don't know why. Like the other day when we were talking about like your aura and the colors, like I also see like bob energy. I feel like it just
Mm.
fits you.
You know whose haircut I just saw when I was looking on the podcast Instagram page going through
Yeah.
like reels, whatever. Lindsay from Summer House. Her hair is so cute.
Oh my God, like the body is banging. She is T. I'm like, girl, yes, yes, yes. I love Lindsay's crazy, but I fucking love that bitch.
Like her, did you see what her recent hair looks like?
Yes, yeah. By the Christmas tree.
Yes, adorable, wasn't it? I was like,
Yes.
do I need that haircut?
And she's had short haircuts in the past where she definitely looks like, can I speak to the manager? So I think there's a fine line, but like as long as you like do your research, you bring your pictures. And I always, whenever I cut my hair short, my hairdresser is always like, I'm good to be here 8 hours. Let's just cut in increments just to make sure. And I feel like that's where you find the sweet spot because she took off like 9 inches and then I was like, no, we can go like one more because then it was in an awkward in between phase.
Yeah.
But I feel like if we had initially, I was like, oh, just cut off like 12 inches, that it could have been crazy because it would have been like that much shorter. So like I think
Mhm.
with short haircuts, increments is the key. Bring your inspo. Put on makeup before you go or right after because like sometimes a new haircut is jarring and you like need to see like what the full product looks like.
Yeah, my hair was in shock when I cut it. Like when I first got it
What do you
cut, it
mean?
literally
Your hair was in shock?
it was my hairdresser,
What do
love
you
her,
mean?
RIP. She's not dead. She's just I don't live there anymore. I don't live there anymore. So I was like, I'm not going back here. She was great. But she cut off, I think we cut off 17 inches or something.
So
And
lucky.
so yeah, it literally got like almost like wiry and was like sticking out. The first haircut I got, she goes, "Yeah, your hair went in shock." Because imagine just being pulled down for years, essentially,
So
and
do
then
you
all of a
think
sudden
it would have been more like strategic to cut in like kind of time periods to like avoid that? I mean, obviously your hair healed fine. Like I don't really know what that means, but like would that have
I think
probably
it was
helped?
maybe. I think if I would have went to this length and then that first cut I got was really short. What?
That was a lot. Wait, wasn't that the person that gave you a weird haircut?
No, 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 no. Wait.
Yeah. The first cut you did was you weren't happy about it.
Oh yeah, I told her that.
Oh, you told her. Oh, that's
Yeah,
valid.
because it was such like a it was like 180 times 1,000.
Right, 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 right,
So we
right.
definitely went shorter and we definitely went shaggier. And then I was like, I feel like a rocker. Like I did not like didn't match my energy. Like it just wasn't like the haircut. Like she
Yeah.
followed the prompt, but it just wasn't the haircut for me.
Wasn't
So
for
it wasn't
you. Okay.
it wasn't a her problem. She was great. I came back and I was like, I don't think I really liked that. I want more refined look, which I feel like I'm giving like rich woman, you know, I drive a Benz. I'm, living the life. Like that's what I feel when I have this haircut. The other one, I was like, I'm not on a rocker stage right now. What is happening? Um,
Yeah, it was more, you're right. It was shaggy.
yeah, it was too shaggy. She followed the pictures, but the pictures, we're
Girls, you also
not.
have to be careful. You got to bring the right pictures. And you know what they say? I don't know if your
What did they
hairdresser has
say?
ever said this to you, but like what you bring in, it's not going to look like this because your hair is different. We don't know what hairstyle, all these sorts of things. So I always come in with like three variations of like three different hair colors because
Ah,
I'm like, I know if it's like a bleach blonde, like cut, that's
yeah.
going to style way different because I've had bleach blonde hair. I know it's going to style different. That fucking shit is easy to manipulate because it was like fucking straw. As long as you put oil in it, I could do whatever. It was not healthy. But well, yeah, no, I love this cut. Ooh, let's pull it on the Instagram.
Yes.
French
Yeah.
bob or
So we're
Italian bob?
correct. But that won't be till like February because I go like a couple month, 3-ish months. But
Right.
this last haircut, new person, she's actually from Italy, which is cool. So she could probably do an Italian bob real good. But I had her cut like another inch off, and do a little bit more face framing bangs, towards the end. I'm like, let's go more because,
Yes. Yeah.
if you want to go lengthen the time of between appointments, just go a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, I am here for Team Bob, and I think you have to be strategic about it because if you let yourself leave the salon with like the awkward phase, you're not going to be happy. You got to either go
No.
shorter or longer. Know what I mean?
Truth. I know what you mean.
That's the Bob segment. Bitches who Bob.
That's just super up. Why do I think bobbing for apples?
Well, in many ways, I always thought bobbing for apples was like way too salacious. Like to like it's like a an activity at like the fairs. I've never seen it in real life, but it is quite salacious. Hands behind the back, gagged.
Yeah, I just think of like all the saliva.
Oh, that too. I think
Mm.
it's like a sexual act. Like you're literally your hands are behind your back, gagged mouth. What are we doing? At the fair? At the state fair, really?
Yeah, that is odd. I've never
It's
seen it
odd.
at a state fair. I mean,
I've never either.
I've
Is
seen
it
it.
just in the movies, in the films?
Well, at Halloween, I was with eBay Man's like family, and they were bobbing for apples, but it was like literally like they were 10 and under, like five little kids, like,
Right,
but like
right.
they're like little kids. They like share saliva like
Oh,
all the time. Like, it
disgusting.
is
Disgusting.
disgusting.
That water needs to be tested. Anyways, bitches who bob, we're wrapping that up. This week in pop, this is a segment I wanted to do. Not this week in pop is the segment. The topic is what I wanted to do for a bit of time because I am the Real Housewives historian. I'm the Real Housewives history buff, if you will.
Mhm.
And there have been so many housewives on and off screen that have been arrested or they've served prison time or all of these sorts of things. And it's like low key crazy because, especially when Housewives first started, like the first franchise was OC and then New York. And then I forget who followed after. But like the OC and New York ladies were like very polished, especially like New York. Like it was polished. It was supposed to be like the original pilot name was Moms of Manhattan. And it was following them
Oh.
like, because it wasn't going to be a franchise. Like it wasn't going to be this whole thing. It was just like, oh, this is the Real Housewives of OC, and let's do a similar idea in New York. And so you hear one of the original housewives, Jill Zarin, at the end of season one of Real Housewives of New York. She's like, and that's the moms of Manhattan or something. And like, you could
Mhm.
tell she's, trying to get that name in. They didn't stick with it. Obviously, it was not good. It was supposed to be about moms doing like charity work and fundraisers and philanthropy and all this sort of stuff and how the tables turned for the best way possible. Oh, that show,
Mhm.
timepiece. But we have a lengthy list. You can't see my phone. Scrolling list of housewives who have gotten arrested. Again, some of them were on the show, some of them were off the show, like it was prior to them being on the show.
Mhm.
And we also have, I'm not going to cover it, but we have like housewives' husbands and kids. Like these people are getting arrested for honestly DUIs more than anything. So we're just going to jump right
Wow.
into it, which is crazy. And I have some thoughts on that.
Okay.
So our like heavy hitter is Jen Shaw, which we know her. Maddie Durkin was on here. He was talking about how he went to Jen Shaw's hearing, and we talked about it in his interview. We talked on real time, like when he was there, about the craziness of it
Hmm.
all. So she was arrested in March of 2023 for conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. So she had a telemarketing scheme. Like she stole money from thousands of like elderly people. And we're not talking like a couple of hundreds of dollars, like thousands of dollars, just like scam
Hmm.
Tina-ing everybody. And Andy Cohen actually recently came out with a statement saying like she will never be back on Bravo. Like don't even try and think it's funny. Like what she did was actually like a real crime. Like
Hmm.
it's not like people are like, oh haha. And it's like, no, like this has actually ruined people's lives. Like she would somehow like get their credit card numbers by like selling them like a program or like a mentor thing or whatever. And like it was microtransactions that you would kind of forget are on your card. Boom, millions of dollars.
And when did this happen?
It was happening for several years before she went on Housewives. And so
Ah,
then she
gotcha.
finally was arrested, and it was actually on camera. Iconic. Real Housewives of Salt Lake
That is
City.
iconic.
The Sprinter vans are where shit goes down. Jen Shaw gets a call and she is like, basically to one of the other girls, take off my mic, which is like never a good sign to keep that
Hmm.
mic on. But so she took off her mic. She's like, I have to go. Sharif, her husband, like he's in the hospital. I have to go. I have to go. There was a truck there for her within like 5 minutes. And she is literally on the run. And they catch up to her. All of a sudden, you see like some type of law enforcement. I forget like what bureau or agency it was, but they're looking for, oh, is Jen Shaw here? Is Jen Shaw here? We got a tip that she was here. She fled the scene and they came looking for her. And all the girls were like, oh my God, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. You have the iconic Lisa Barlow, like, Sean, I'm literally shaking, talking to her lawyer on the phone. Her three lawyers. I don't know why she's calling all her lawyers, but like,
That's
girl,
what I was saying. Why she?
if I had the facilities and I had like five lawyers, I'd call them too. Because why not? Like I gotta protect myself because I don't know what they didn't know what was going on. Like they didn't know it was for
Ah.
like wire fraud and all of these. They had no idea. They're literally on Jen Shaw gets arrested. They're on their way to, let's say, I don't know, just like a 2 hour, 3 hour drive because they're going on a trip. And they're all in the Sprinter van, like reading things as it's getting released.
Wow.
Crazy. So she is for sure our heavy hitter.
Wait,
Uh,
when did she get arrested?
2021.
Oh, okay.
So I think she's almost out because her jail time got reduced.
Why, for like good behavior?
Yeah. Yeah. I think whenever I've heard this from like other, what's her name? Emily something. I'll put her in the, so I'll put her in the show notes. I can't remember. Emily D. Baker. She is a lawyer or used to be a lawyer, and she now covers cases like on live stream. And she's super interesting, super knowledgeable. But she's like, you're basically never going to serve your full time if it's like depending on the crime,
Mm.
because you likely will be able to get timed like good behavior and you might get on, you just might have to serve parole longer or things like that.
Hmm.
The next person we have is Karen Huger, so Real Housewives of Potomac. She has had multiple DUIs, multiple. Like, I think she was arrested and like jail timed on her maybe third or fourth DUI. So she
Wow.
crashed, obviously under the influence. This was not her first DUI. She was served jail time. She is serving right now, March 2024. She was arrested. She used to be like so proper and elegant. And like when Potomac first started, she was like the grande dame of Potomac. And like she was the classy one. Girl, what
What
is
the
it with
heck?
housewives? not having a driver, because we have more people on the list that have also been arrested for DUIs. What is it with not having a driver? You have the money. Even if you don't have this money, get into an Uber.
Yeah,
But
why
you
can't they get
you have a driver. Come on.
I don't get that.
I think it's a power trip. It's like
I don't get
not
why
going to happen to me.
any celebrity, why would they, but true that it might, yeah. Why
It's like
why
the
are they
power trip of like even if I were to get in trouble, nothing's going to happen. But it's like you could literally kill somebody. Like
Yeah,
take going to jail out of the fact of it. You could kill somebody.
yeah, I'm not even concerned if they kill themselves. I'm like, how many people are you going to kill on the way going
Right.
home?
Right. Because if you obviously don't give a fuck about yourself, so like I'm not going to be
Y-
concerned about you.
Right.
Crazy. So yeah, she actually, this was, I'm pretty sure it was like her fourth DUI. And so she is serving jail time, which, yes, girl,
Yeah.
yes, get off the road.
Now, would they let her back on the show?
Oh, maybe, yeah, probably because there are other people that have gotten DUIs and they're on the show.
Um,
Maybe not. I don't know, but probably,
mm,
probably.
mm,
But I mean, yeah. And we'll go down the list and I have thoughts. So we have Wendy Usefo. I believe that's how you say her name. She's again Real Housewives of Potomac. She is and was Dr. Wendy, PhD, very smart woman. She was
mm.
arrested with her husband on October 2025 on fraud charges tied to allegedly false burglary or insurance claims. And that's
Like,
a
was it?
TBD. We're getting more info on that.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
yeah, basically like staging uh
Oh,
burglary and like false claiming
oh,
with insurance because when you have all of this money, you insure your jewelry, your
uh-huh.
some of your belongings, all of this sort of stuff. And so maybe if you're in a bad financial situation, you're going to stage a burglary, a break-in so that you can
Mm,
claim these items and get the insurance money for it.
hmm.
So that's not good. Not good for
No.
Dr. Wendy. This was the real heavy hitter, and this is why I say Karen Huger might come back on the show even after being arrested. Like we know Jen Shaw would not come back because like that was a really bad crime. Um,
Hmm.
Teresa Giudice and ex-husband Joe Giudice. Real Housewives of New Jersey. This was like one of the bigger and like maybe the first to ever happen. They both got arrested because they had 39 counts of mail and wire fraud, bank fraud, bankruptcy fraud. Teresa served 11 months. So they served
Hmm.
individually. However, because she signed some paperwork,
Hmm.
she was an accomplice. Read
Hmm.
the papers you are signing, ladies. Even
Hmm.
though he's your husband, read the papers you are signing because she was signing off on things. And I truly believe she didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, I don't think, no offense, I don't think she's smart enough to like have this like grand manipulation and mastermind this whole thing. Like I do really think it was Joe and she's just signing things. And so
Hmm.
when they first came on Housewives, she was paying for everything in cash. Like that was a big kind of focus. And then somebody in the CIA or FBI, one of them, their wife was watching the show and he was like watching it with them. And he's like, that's kind of weird. Let me look these people up, which I do find that to be a little odd. But if you go on reality TV, don't be flaunting your wealth like that because people always get in trouble.
Yeah.
Jen Shaw got in trouble for it. That was kind of a big tip off. The Judice got in trouble for it. Like it's a thing. So
Pause real quick. Teresa
yeah,
Giudice, does she have long, like curly hair? Like that she
yes, and her
curls like
forehead
that?
is rather short.
I don't know if that.
Like her
And
hairline
like
is down quite long.
it's super Italian, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, I know who it is.
So
The
oh yeah.
CIA agent.
Yeah, so Joe originally like they both got arrested together and they both pled guilty because that would be less jail time. Like they came to a plea bargain, but they did basically petition to serve jail time separately so that like a parent would be home with the kids.
Mm.
So Teresa went first because her sentencing was shorter.
Hmm.
So I believe it was supposed to be 13 months, but she got out in 11 months. And
Mm.
then she came home on the show. So they literally stopped filming Real Housewives of New Jersey while Teresa was in jail. Like they stopped production.
Why?
Iconic because they were not going to continue without her. Like this was such a in the
Wow.
moment. She's the OG of New Jersey. Like there's a handful of other women, but she's the OG. So they literally pick up cameras as she gets out of jail. And that's how the next season starts. And then
Wow.
we have a couple months where they're home together. Maybe they're home for like 2 weeks or a month or something before Joe has to report. And so then his sentencing was, I think it was going to be 48 months. Don't quote me on that. It was a long time because he was like the head conspirator, if you will, and she was like a co-conspirator. He got put in jail and then he was moved to an ICE um facility, an ICE prison, and he was
Hmm.
deported. He could either stay in the facility and wait for years and years and years, or he could be deported. He was fucking deported. And he came here as a kid. Like, he just never got his papers. Like, I think it's just such, like, that's such a fucked thing because now his children, like, there's so many, like, worse people in this world than, like, Joe Giudice. And so, he got deported. Then they were like still together, but then the family, they divorced and all this sort of stuff. But like,
Oh, why the divorce?
because when Teresa was in jail, like her mom died and then her dad got really sick. And so she's like, I will never forgive him. Like, he took those months away from me. Like, she didn't,
Oh,
that's why I really do believe she had no idea what was going on. Like, peace and love. She's kind of out there. And I just
okay.
think the head's in the clouds a little bit, which
Yeah.
that's a great way to live. Like I love that for you. But we gotta be sure we know what we're signing, ladies. Um,
Yeah.
and I mean, honestly, yeah, their marriage was always a little tumultuous, but I think she was just like, oh, that's my Italian man, and that's how he talks to me. And she's always, oh, Joe, but like he would say terrible things to her.
Uh,
But so yeah, that was a huge thing. And literally production stopped. They took off a year until she came back. That's how you know
wow.
you fucking made it. Like this show is
Yeah.
stopping for me. Crazy, but this show is stopping for me. Which that's
Hmm.
never happened in Housewives history. So that's pretty crazy. We then have
Hmm.
Nene Leakes, which this was off of the show. She was arrested in 1992 on a misdemeanor and 3 felonies for theft of services, allegedly ripping off her phone company. I don't even know what that means. Like
Interesting.
that seems like pretty like non
Fun.
or like not even that serious. Like ripping off the phone company. I don't even know what
Like,
that means.
yeah, what did you do? Like,
Misdemeanor and 3 felonies for theft of services. What, you just didn't pay the phone bill? I don't know.
maybe, who knows?
But I love Nene. She was amazing. Okay, Kim Richards. Now this is sad. She was arrested in 2015 for public intoxication, trespassing, resisting arrest, later charged with shoplifting from a store. So Kim Richards is from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Her sisters are Kyle Richards, Kathy Hilton. She was a child actress. And I think with like child actors and actresses, like there's always the potential for like substance abuse and all of these things to
Hmm.
happen. I personally don't know why she was ever on the show because like she was always appeared to be struggling and it was really just sad to watch. Like
Like struggling, like mentally,
alcoholism
financially.
with her alcoholism.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. And it just
oh,
kind of was sad to like in the first season that she was on, like there was a moment and then they would talk about her sobriety and then like she was like, "No, I'm not drinking again, but I'm on pain pills," or just like it was
oh.
honestly really sad. And I felt like that felt exploitative, but like maybe that's the only way she was going to be able to like have a job and like she needed to support herself. Like, I don't know, but it felt like really sad. Like, and she's honestly like her entire like adult career, it's been like up and downs as far as like how she's doing with like her sobriety and like well-being. So that's quite sad. Um, but then we have Shannon Storms Bedore, who Another DUI, my friend. Arrested in September 2023 for a DUI hit and run after crashing a car into a house, then
Oh
allegedly walking her dog to pretend she wasn't driving. The video is very
my goodness.
clearly her crashing into a house with her
Uh-huh.
car. Her dog's in the back seat. That's like a child. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's not cool. Gets the dog out of the car and pretends to be walking around. Oh, I'm not drunk. I didn't crash my car. I'm just walking my
I
dog.
was gonna ask, like, did she run home to grab her dog or
No,
like how?
no, nope. I was
Oh
walking my
my
dog. I don't
God.
know what you're talking about. I don't know what this footage says, but that's not me crashing that car and then getting out of the car. It's so like you have to be so fucked out of your mind. First of all,
Yeah.
to be driving and to be drunk driving, but like to think, oh, there's definitely no street cameras around. Let me get this dog and pretend I was walking. No. So she was on the show. To kind of go back to a previous question, do you think Karen Huger will be back on Potomac? These housewives with DUIs and arrests that are like, there's very serious, of course, but like there's different degrees. They're on the show, so I think Karen will be back. Um, and their DUIs and like kind of troubles with alcohol is featured on the show a lot because they do have to hold them accountable. And like that would be
Mm,
like what like that would be like me like getting a DUI and like coming on and like it being, news all over the place and then us coming on here and not talking about it. Not talking about that
yeah.
I crashed into a house and I took my dog out of the back seat and pretended to walk the dog. Like they're friends on the show. The cast has to talk about it because like that's crazy. So then we have just a couple more that we'll cover because it can get pretty lengthy. And if you want to see this as a second segment, like as part two, drop it in the comments. We have Sonia Morgan. I believe this was before she was on Housewives, but again, another DUI, arrested in 2010 for driving under the influence in the Hamptons. Ladies,
Mm.
get a car, just get a car. I know
Get
maybe Uber
somebody.
wasn't around then, call a taxi, go home with a
Call
friend.
cab.
Like,
There's so many ways to get from point A to point B without putting other people's lives at danger.
I really just think it's like that trope of like, I'll be fine, it won't happen to me. And it's like, come on now. Come on now. Tinsley Mortimer, which she was on Real Housewives of New York, and her arrest basically came right before she went on the program. So she was arrested for trespassing at property of her ex-boyfriend's home. She was arrested. She has this crazy mugshot. The lashes are horrible. The eyebrows are horrible. Like it's a terrible look. Um,
Mhm.
and that was a big plot point when she joined Real Housewives of New
Mhm.
York because she was like trying to get her life back. She was kind of a socialite and then she just like plummeted. And that was like her kind of story arc, if you will.
Mhm.
Then we have Leah McSweeney. I never thought her last name was McSweeney. I think it's just Leah Sweeney. I don't remember. Anyway, maybe this information is not the best. I'm kidding. She was arrested in 2002 for an incident involved throwing a water bottle that hit a police officer during crowd control,
Ooh.
which I feel like there's more to that story.
Throwing a water bottle at a that hit a police officer. She didn't throw it at the police officer.
That hit a water bottle that hit a police throwing a water bottle that hit a police officer during crowd control. I feel like there might be more to that story, but
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, we had a couple more, but the crux of it is that and we'll just because I know this off the top of my head, Luann
Hmm.
de Lesseps, also from Real Housewives of New York. So picture this: all of the Real Housewives of New York ladies, when the show started, it was very proper. It was the moms of Manhattan. We were doing charity events, we were
Hmm.
doing philanthropy, and the amount of women on that show that have been arrested for like DUIs, public intoxication, etc. Luann was married to this guy named Tom. He was cheating on her left and right. They got a divorce. For New Year's Eve, she went back to the scene of the crime, Palm Beach, where they got married. She went back to the scene of the crime. Why? She's crazy. I don't know. She got really drunk. She was in the elevator. She got off on the wrong floor. She went into room like 305 and she was supposed to go in room 405. So she walks
Hmm.
into 305. She's like, "Get out of my room. This is my room." And then she's obviously intoxicated, fucked up. The people in the room are like, "Security,
Uh,
security, get this woman out of my
hmm.
room." Security comes up.
Hmm.
She starts like beating cops and all this sort of stuff. So she got arrested for, I think, public intoxication and assaulting a police officer. And they made her like basically like go to rehab and like be
Uh-huh.
sober and all of these things. But I really don't think it was a matter of like you have a problem with alcohol. I think like you drank too much. You were literally in this place where like you and your ex-husband got married and you guys had a horrible like relationship. He was always cheating on you. I think it was
Yeah.
just like literally terrible time and place. But the judge was like,
Yeah.
"You better not be drinking. Like you need to go to rehab. You need to figure it out." And like I'm pretty sure allegedly, I don't know. I think she drinks like now because like I in my opinion, I don't think it was ever a fucking drinking problem. Like Luann was
Hmm.
always drinking on television and like the next day she'd be fresh as a daisy or she'd like fall into like a bush and she'd be like, "Oh, that was crazy." Like I think it was really just like a wrong time, wrong place.
Yeah.
But these housewives, let me tell you, not as glamorous as we think.
So, okay, I know I need to start. And also now it's like harder to start Real Housewives, or at least I'm telling myself that because of how much This Week in Pop we've been doing. And like I cover so many real estate
Yeah.
shows. So I'm being intentional when I'm watching them, like taking notes, things I want to talk about. But if I were to start with Real Housewives, should I start with Real Housewives of Manhattan,
New York.
New York?
Um, Yeah, so I think I've said this before to you, but I feel like
Yeah.
either New York, New Jersey, or Atlanta. Like I like
Hmm.
my I know Atlanta or Georgia's not technically East Coast, but it's more East Coast than other places. Those
Hmm.
are where my people live. Potomac is
Okay.
also so good. Like, but I think if you're getting into it, New
Hmm.
York in my opinion, has the craziest arc because it started off trying to be like really proper, and then you just see like
Hmm.
them devolve into like this debauchery and like the drama that was like first on this show. It was like Ramona being like fucking pissed because it was supposed to be a girls' night at Jill Zarin's house, and Alex is like bringing her husband, and then Ramona's like, "I want a girls' night. I'm gonna leave," and she like leaves the house, and just like it's like the drama is so like nothing burger, but it's like this is amazing because like they think their lives are being ruined over like a man coming to a dinner party. Which
I mean,
why was Simon Van Kempen coming to the dinner party? But
yeah,
compared
what?
to like the drama that we see like nowadays, like in
Yeah.
2025, it's just so different and it's a timepiece, truly. Like you'll never make reality TV like that again because it was so not calculated. Like now, reality TV is so
Oh,
calculated.
so true.
The the viewer knows a lot. The people on the TV are performing in a way. But when it was
Yes.
Real Housewives of New York, and I would even say for Jersey and Atlanta, like those early shows, you couldn't write this shit. Like Luann de
Amazing.
Lesseps being like, "You came down in your Herman Munster shoes like a buffalo," and Alex being like, "Well, they were Louis Vuitton." Well, even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes. You can't
It's
write this.
amazing.
You can't like what it's so crazy. And she's
Okay.
like, "I heard this buffalo coming down the stairs and it's Alex Van Campen." And it's like, it's a timepiece. It's a timepiece. So that's where I would start. And if you guys are Housewives fans, if you're Housewives history buffs, where would you start? Because my take is, and maybe because I am from the East Coast, so like those are my ladies. Those are my ladies. But where would you start? Are we agreeing that New York is a place to start?
I think that's where I'm going to start.
It's so fun. And the first season doesn't have as many episodes, but like you literally get to see also like Bethany Frankel building her empire, which is
Pause, pause that thought. I need to grab a blanket. I'm frozen.
okay. Yes, yes.
I don't know what's going on with the lack of heat in here. Oh God. Okay. And I have compression socks on up to my knees, like thick, like, you
Oh,
know, good socks. And I have the pantyhose that are thermal layered, and I have those on. I'm frozen.
what's your heat on?
I don't know that we can't touch it. Like they said, don't touch the radiator because they're like, it's once it hits a certain temperature, like the heat's supposed to turn on. I don't know. I might text the management because like I'm frozen.
That's wild that you can't adjust your own heat.
Yeah, no, I should probably text them because
I would text him. That's crazy.
yeah. Anywho, oh yeah,
Oh,
what's her face?
you get to see Bethany Frankel literally building her empire from like starting at this really kind of not a low point, but it's like it's the bare bones of like what she's wanting. You get to see her first like logo and brand design. You get to see like the thought and the building of the skinny
Uh,
girl empire. Like that is actually just something that is really cool because we see her for who she is today and the successes and kind of the outrage. Like Bethany's crazy, like she's crazy,
yeah,
her
she's
on
crazy.
TikTok all over the goddamn place. Does she know how to do reality TV? Yes, yes
I
she.
also low-key love that she drags luxury brands all the time on TikTok. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, I do too, but I also think she needs to like shut the fuck up sometimes because she's not relatable. Like
I
she's
don't
like,
think
oh,
she's trying to be.
no, she goes into Dollar Tree and she's like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing. This is outrageous. You can get this for $1." And it's like, yeah, Bethany, people know. People know.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
bitch,
think
it's almost like it's like cosplaying like poverty. Like, get out of the Dollar Tree. You don't
mm,
need to be in the Dollar Tree, Miss Bethany Frankel.
yeah, that's a good point. Also, I
It's
think it's just like yeah, she's just like bizarre. I think she just plays into that, like that's just
100%. Well, yeah, I think part of it is just like she again, she knows how to have people talk about her. And she doesn't care
yeah.
good, bad, ugly, but like did you see that video of her like eating the donuts? It's like from this like famous place in Las Vegas and like the lady always makes like specialty donuts for like different celebrities and all this sort of
Mm,
stuff. It's like La Cruce something with an L. Doesn't matter.
okay.
There's a video of Bethany like getting a box of donuts and she's like, oh my God. Like, and she's like, stick it in me. Oh, I love this. Oh my God, this donut. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Bethany? What are you doing? That's so weird. Like, she's like, I want to make
Uh,
love to these donuts. I'm literally having an orgasm over these donuts. I'm like, what are you
you
doing?
you know what I'm gonna say?
What?
To be cringe is to be free.
No, not you got to watch the video. No,
Okay.
she's being like a pervert about donuts. Like,
We'll stitch it.
it's so traumatizing. And I saw somebody like recreating it, like spoofing it. And I go, oh my God, is this person for real? And then somebody in the comments is like, oh my God, the way that you're spoofing Bethany Frankel and like everybody's thinking like this is you. I watched the original video, not even an exaggeration. She's like, I want to stick it in my holes or something. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
I'm telling you, it was
Okay.
so crazy. And so, like, I think part of it, she kind of like feeds the beast because she's like, oh, it'll get people
But
talking. But I think she's also just like fucking weird. Like, she's
yeah,
kind of delusional. Like,
like she's quirky.
I don't think that's fucking weird. I think you have a daughter on this app. Like, let's not be like doing weirdness with donuts, please. And then she's like,
I
my supermodel snacks. I'm like, you mean like your low carb snacks?
yeah, you're just rebranding
Low
low
carb.
calorie, low calorie in
Local,
general.
I mean,
Like,
and like some of it like actually looks good. Like she would be like she'll have the tomato, she'll put salt on it, she'll put like a turkey lunch meat, she'll put like a mustard and some pickles. And then like, she might put it on a rice cake or she might not have it on a carb. So like I might be like, "Oh, let's put it on a piece of toast or whatever." But it's just calling it like a supermodel snack just makes it gives this energy and this is kind of like a hot girl health tip before we leave. Um, it gives the energy of like, this is going to get you. the body that you want, like a supermodel body, when in reality, like it's just a lower calorie food. Yes, we do have some protein. There's pretty minimal fat. She loves cottage cheese. Like it's not a bad thing to eat. Like some of the stuff doesn't look bad. And she's like, this is so crazy. This is so fucking good. This supermodel snack. And I'm like, it's a tomato. You have some like maybe chicken salad, or you have cottage cheese, or you have lunch meat. Like it's not, you're literally just making like an open faced sandwich. Like, let's just put it on some bread and like give the girl some nutrients. She's always
Yeah.
had that energy of like being naturally thin and like, like being in the eating healthy will make you small, and just kind of like a lot of
Hmm.
that energy where it gets problematic.
And I think like giving things a little rebrand, like supermodel snacks, right? It allures people in.
Yes.
And like as Allie and I have been in the health coaching space for women for a long time. Listen, sometimes you guys need a little rebrand to figure out something or to realize, oh, this can help me. But
Yes.
when it goes into the lane of like just get smaller, just, eating less, that type of thing, that's where it gets a little dicey. So, like
I
on
am
one
great for
hand,
a rebrand. The rebrand is fun,
yes.
but
But also like we don't have to like avoid all carbs.
we don't have to avoid all carbs. She started doing it after she walked the Sports
Yes.
Illustrated runway,
I
and
did see
everybody was like,
that.
"Oh my God, the body, this, that." So it really was this
Yeah.
whole journey that she's taking you on. And the reality is, of course, saying a supermodel snack is more attention grabby, but I want the viewer to like be aware that like it is just a lower carb meal, higher protein. We're getting in veggies and fiber. Like it's a good snack. It's not going to change your life. Like just
Hmm.
like overeating on like Thanksgiving or Christmas, that's not going to make you fat. Having a
Hmm.
supermodel snack is not going to like give you this lean body that like Bethany Frankel. Like how she was talking about. Like it just and I think she just knows she's good at marketing. She's good at marketing thinness. Like her at one point
Hmm.
like trying to put on like her kids' clothes.
I don't love that. How
No,
old are her
no.
kids?
Just she has one daughter. Maybe 14, 15, something like that. Like a younger
Oh,
gal.
I was like, oh, if she's like in her 20s, 30s,
No, and
like,
it's just kind of, yeah, like she is, there's always been some bullshit around her because, like, who writes a book called Naturally Thin with, like, without the intention of just, like, kind of like, and I've never read the book. I would be interested kind of for, like, a research purpose stance, but I think it's, like, some recipes and, like, healthy living, but, like, to be thin. And that is very early 2000s coded, but, like,
ooh, I want to
let's
read
rebrand.
that for research purposes,
Yeah, let's just
honestly.
rebrand it to like being like healthy and confident. And if you want to be lean, but you also want to be strong, but you also want to have a good relationship with food, and you also want to be able to like have a slice of pizza and not feel like you need to be eating supermodel snacks. And like it just like it's so
Oh, she
much.
has a couple.
Yeah, she does have yeah. And you'll also see that on the Housewives.
She has, it's loading.
Yep.
Bethany Frankel, let's see, author. She has Naturally Thin and The Skinny Girl, this, like, wow. The Skinny Girl Rules. I suck at relationships, so you don't have to. The Skinny Girl Dish, A Place of Yes, Skinny Girl Solutions. Ooh, Skinny Dipping. She has a erotic novel. Skinny Girl Cocktails. She has a lot of books.
And like,
Interesting.
of course, her brand is Skinny Girl, and she really did create like the Skinny Girl margarita. But just when we're talking about food and your body and just like putting skinny in front of it, or thin, I know why it appeals to people, but it doesn't encapsulate, like, it doesn't give everybody the full picture. Like, I don't know. Skinny and thin sometimes are hard. And I know it might seem like mm, it seems like why do we have this take as like health and fitness coaches that like we focus on weight loss with our clients, but it's not to be thin or it's not to take up less space or to eat less food, but it's just like
Hmm.
helping the client get to their desires of like losing unwanted weight because they're feeling uncomfortable in their body or their body hurts or they want to feel stronger. They want to be able to fucking go on a hike and have their kid on their back or they want to be able to like walk around in menopause without having fucking knee pain. Like
Hmm.
I think losing weight gets you to other places in your health, but like what her branding was always and it just feels true to me in this way, like skinny is health. Like this is the end goal. And it's like
Yeah, and okay, I don't like how my that was first formulating in my brain. Like women in menopause especially equate like skinniness to health, but what they forget
I think
is,
women everywhere do.
yeah, I would say everywhere
Yeah.
do, but especially in menopause, it's like they want to be thinner because you kind of packed on perhaps a bunch through menopause, like the
Right.
menopause belly and things like that. Into where they forget that like if you're not strong or building strength, like osteoporosis, bone
Right.
disease, like osteopenia, like this
Like
is
the
the
skinny,
stuff.
frail woman that is like
Yes.
is afraid to do anything because she'll break.
Yes. And, when I look at my grandma thinking in past tense because she's now passed, like she was very frail. Her whole life, she was really tall and like she wasn't frail at all. And then as she got older and was in a car accident and then it escalated from there, it was just she got more and more frail. She fell once and broke two spots in her spine because there was nothing to protect her body. And I was like, that's not how I'm going down. Like
No.
I want to be
Yeah.
traveling and doing whatever the F I want to do, not worried because what if I trip and fall? Like what if I, break a bone because I haven't lifted anything in years and have only wanted to be as skinny as possible? Like you can still, which we say all the time, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier if you build muscle and you're going to lose body fat over time as you build more muscle. And it's like I don't Bethany really pushes to that side of the skinniness and let's talk about like okay, if we build muscle like you can achieve this skinnier, lower body fat look without having to give up bone density.
Right. And without just compromising your quality of life and experience. Like I think just like especially with like Ozempic really just like infiltrating so many goddamn celebrities and just like Hollywood in general, we're almost in a place where it's like we're back to the early 2000s. We're getting like skinny blindness where it's like we see all these people that low key look like they're on death's door. And then we look at someone who is healthy, has kind of like a normal body, and it's like, oh, they don't look as skinny as these people over here. And it's like you're getting that skinny blindness. And now everybody just like wants to be as thin as possible. And it's just it's so unrealistic and really disheartening because
Mhm.
sure those medications work for some people, it shuts off the food noise, all of these things, but it is also a medication that is like super taken advantage of and it just makes it harder for like women existing of all ages then to be like, oh my God, well now I'm not that now the goalpost is over here. Now I got all this skinny talk over here. And then we have like,
Mhm.
a businesswoman and influencer like Bethany Frankel fucking coining a supermodel snack. And it's like that's cottage cheese on a tomato with pickles.
Ew, the pickles ruined it.
I love pickles. But it's in the essence when we're looking at it, we're like, that's low calories. That's low calories,
Yeah,
baby. That's
yeah.
yeah. So it's yeah, I think just and as we're at the end of December, we're heading into the new year soon. It's reminding yourself of these things. Like this is a heart to heart for the girls at home of
Mhm.
you can have specific weight loss goals. You can say I want to be skinnier. Like I don't think the word skinny is bad if that's how you're describing what you want to look like and feel like and all this sort
Uh-huh.
of stuff. But it's not putting the pressure on yourself to be skinny and be the thinnest. Like, I want you to put skinny with also like, I want to feel confident or feel healthier or feel stronger because I lost 40 pounds. Like, I understand wanting to lose weight. I fucking get that. I felt like a potato. Not cute, in my opinion. But I also knew I didn't want to just be skinny, frail, and unable to like do things,
Hmm.
unable to like support myself in with
Hmm.
anything, right? Because yeah. So that's like the little insight going into January 2026. But we do have a full New Year's resolutions episode that we're gonna break down. Like that is gonna be your hot girl health episode of 2026. Like that's gonna fucking get you kickstarted.
Yeah. Should we end it there?
I suppose. I think today is one of those days where if I'm not stopped, I won't stop.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like we have to, we one of us has to, well, it's never me capping you. But some
Yeah, it's
days,
always
guys,
me capping you.
I
Sorry.
know because today is one of those days where I just won't stop talking and the train will just continue. But with that being said, before we close out for the show, anonymous link is below. If you're watching me on YouTube, I am pointing down. I want you to drop in your craziest take on a housewife's arrest, which franchise Maddie should start with, and it's anonymous. So if you have specific questions about your specific goals going into 2026, we are
Yes.
two professionals. We have been in the health and fitness coaching space for over 6 years, the each of us combined. We have over 12 years of experience. Ask us. This is the space for you. You are not, it's anonymous. No one's gonna fucking know. You could ask some crazy ass question and we're not gonna know. It's like Cindy Lou Who from fucking Whoville. We're not gonna know. So ask the damn questions.
Yeah. Oh, and to be fair, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I'm like teetering 7, 8 years.
Yeah, that's why I said over six, because I couldn't remember.
Oh.
So you always you lowball it and then you use the over. The over. It could mean anything. I know. I always think
Uh,
about when I first started, and then we will end because I kind of want to get a vision of like where baby Maddie was when she started. Because like, look at us
oh
now.
God.
They could see us now. I remember when I first charged somebody for my services. I was sitting in my dorm room, and it was 2018. I was sitting on my dorm bed in college. I'd been a personal trainer. I was still in school for nutritional sciences, but I was like doing personal training packages. And yeah, it was like $50 or something for like a
For
lot of
nutrition?
support. I don't
Oh
think
my
I was
God,
doing
yeah.
nutrition yet because I was like in school. Like I was doing like but it was mostly personal training. But yeah, I don't
Gotcha.
remember exactly what the package was, but it was $50 and I was like, look at me and that
Uh-huh.
was crazy. And I'm just sitting on my dorm bed and just
Oh my
grinding it out
God.
and being like we're building an empire and it's starting in this dorm room.
That's insane. I don't remember the very first charge I did, but I do have a really distinct memory of one of the first clients I charged,
Yeah.
and she was getting weekly calls. I didn't have an app yet, so it was just like Google Doc sheets, like
Spreadsheets, docs.
spreadsheets. And I was looking at her nutrition. She had weekly calls, and she had, I can't
Weekly
remember if she had,
calls.
I know, I can't remember if she, mind you, bless this woman. I'm not gonna like, say names or anything. But every call she was crying because it was just, and I suggested therapy. She had a lot going on. It was just a lot. Like every week it was crying. And weekly calls, Google Docs, $75 a month.
Yeah, we were out here doing the most
I
for the least amount of money.
I was like, I just remember I would leave my room office and walk out of like my ex-husband was there and I'm just like, oh, that was a lot. Like $75 a month.
A month for what? I actually still have a kind of connection with one of my very, very first clients, which was in the same dorm room. And that I actually charged with power. Like I
Oh, I
went
love
to I was
that.
in a free Facebook group challenge and she was like, drop your prices. And then she was like reading it through a Facebook Live and she's like, Allie, double it. I don't even know what you're doing, but just double it. And like I remember the conversation. I was like,
Wait, why do I remember that? I feel like I remember that. Was I
her
there or
name
no?
was Melissa.
Oh, no.
I forgot her last name, but it was like, and this is the way that like we used to invest ourselves. Like you have to start somewhere. And so I was in this challenge and she would go live like 5 days. It was 5 days in the week. And then we would, she's answering questions and you're in the little Facebook chat and whatever. And I remember the pricing for 3 months, it was $300, so $100 a month. And she's like, just double it immediately. And I was like, wow, $200 a month? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, I could do that. You know what I mean? And like, then I like pitched this girl. We had been in the DMs and I was like, you know what? Just call me. Let's talk about this. No, that's crazy. Crazy. But
Oh my
I,
God.
she was my first like $200 paying client, like $200 a month. She was like, let's do 6 months. I was like, call the bank, have them move some stuff in the vault. I am coming.
Oh my God, that's adorable. That just shows you guys like where and the funny part is one of my other first clients, she just came back to do like some short-term coaching with me and she was like, Maddie, I remember when you first started and you were charging me like 75 a month and she's like, I'm watching you grow all these years and
Oh,
you just kept at it. I was like, thank you. Like that was so nice. But like, yeah, it's just crazy to th and now I charged her more than that for like a one-time thing. And it's just like she used to pay way less for like a month of support. So
right.
it's crazy. There this where you're at now, girls, gals, is just the floor. It is not the
It's a
ceiling. It is
moment in
just
time and sit in it. Sit in it, but don't settle in it.
I feel like you're saying that to me in more ways than one.
I have no one to look to. Um,
Okay.
and that is on that. Happy holidays. This is, I think, coming out the 24th. So
Yes.
whatever you celebrate, go hang out with your family. Don't drink too much.
Mhm.
We love you. If you're drinking, get a fucking Uber. Don't be like our crazy ass housewives.
No DUIs around here. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching Kind of Hot, Kind of Healthy. Please make sure to subscribe, give us a 5-star review. Please, we forgot to announce this. Listen to the commercials. That is funding your, yes?
I put a ad break in there, so they already have heard this. It's okay.
So you already heard it. Okay.
That's a
Have,
reminder for the future.
yes, have a great Christmas, guys. Love you all so much. Bye.
Bye.